would show all the oil paintings I'm working on this week. I know it's been a while since my last live stream, but there was a reason, and that is the last time that I live streamed, I actually got like some kind of crazy halo effect from my ring light, and I thought I was going to go blind. So basically I thought, what shall I do to combat this problem? And so I basically have changed the like filters on my ring light, so now I am in orange light, and this is supposedly better for the look and also probably for my eyes as well. However, I don't know, my eyes are kind of funny, so I feel like maybe I will get the same problem again this time. I hope not, but if so, maybe next time I'll be wearing sunglasses. Actually, that might be quite good. Or maybe a blindfold. So yeah, so I thought I would talk about all the oil paintings I've been working on. I finished quite a few. So the last time that I was on here, I showed you some of my oil paintings in progress, and now the majority of them, in fact, I think all of them apart from one, have been varnished. And so these are all going to be available in my Etsy store, GemmaRamjiArt, and I really hope you like them and that I can explain all about them properly. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, and you had lots of fun and amazing celebrations. I definitely had too much to eat as normal. In fact, I think I ate twice as much as last year, and I also read a lot of very bad jokes from crackers. But I feel like that is Christmas, but I feel like this year the cracker jokes were like 10 times worse than usual. Maybe it was just the crackers I bought. They all seemed to be about reindeer. I don't think I heard a single joke that wasn't about a reindeer. So there we are, a little bit of fun trivia. Okay, so the first painting I'm going to show you is this one. This was the first to go in my shop, so I guess I should talk about it first. So this oil painting is basically on gesso board, and most of these are on gesso board, if not all. I am also working on some seascapes and fantasy like landscapes, but they are on canvas, and as yet at the moment they are really wet, and I thought if I show them on camera now, I'll probably drop them or something, and so I'll just wait till they're a bit more dry and like have tacked up a bit, so that if I drop anything I won't ruin and yet another item of clothing. So so here we go. So this cat is I felt like I really wanted to paint a cat with a ruff, and I really love any sort of animal that has not like a sort of 18th century vibe, I guess, and I love anything vintage, so I was really looking for you know, that really nice kind of vintagey look. And so this cat it has a crown, as you can see, and like a magical look, and it has like a really nice sort of dreamy look, I guess. And the whole idea was that it was kind of in the forest, and it was thinking about being very magical and regal. Oh, hello Sigma D5F. Hello. And so thank you for joining me. And so yeah, so that was all about the cat in the forest. And yeah, so this one is already in my store. And the next one is all about a thinking frog. Hi to Ivana, hello. Happy New Year, and I hope you had a really nice Christmas. So here goes this little frog. So this is all about a frog that is on a lily pad, kind of considering life, as you do. And I spoke quite a lot about this frog in my last video, and it actually has I don't know if you can see it, but like what's that thing called? The thing you row with. And it's kind of like trying to row and kind of thinking about things very seriously. So here we go. And once again I painted another toad frog in a waistcoat, because I always feel like they look so good in waistcoats, like fancy attire. And so yeah, and also a crown, obviously, because you can't have a froggy without a crown. So yeah, so that's that froggy. And then next we have the rooftop cat. Once again, I spoke about this last time. It's fully varnished and all completed now. Oil paintings that I used are Chardin and Old Holland. Oh, we have a question from Sigma, and it says, have you ever painted yourself? I have painted myself quite a few times. So when I started learning how to paint, that was pretty much my only subject, actually, like when it came to portraits, because it tends to be the easiest, because all you have to do is get a mirror and then like paint yourself in the mirror. And funnily enough, I have an enormous painting in the other side of where I live, and it is of myself, because there was a competition of a self-portrait, like paint a self-portrait, and I made the deadline only just, but when I went to do my entry, the website actually crashed, so I didn't actually enter the competition. But it's an enormous painting, because they were looking for like much bigger works, you know, and so it's hilarious because it's like this huge painting of my face, which I find really disconcerting every time I see it. And also I don't like one side of it. I feel like I made my like one of the sides look like slightly wrong, partly because I was learning how to paint at that time. Oh, hello to Awan, and Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to Zoe. Hello, Happy New Year. And Happy New Year to you, Charlotte. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful New Year so far. So far, it's been a lot of painting for me, which is amazing, of course. Over Christmas, I didn't get any time to do any painting. I was too busy, as I say, stuffing myself. So we had this cat on a rooftop, and I love painting cats, like just in general, but cats are looking out into the distance, or like looking at a magical land, and absolutely in a moonlight setting as well. I just love. Oh, hello to Angel Smith. Angel Smith, yes. Oh yes, hello. And it's lovely to see you, and please subscribe, all of you, if you haven't. I will be so grateful. And yeah, so this is this cat, and then I definitely showed this one on my last video, because of course this was one of the first I completed, which is this majestic bunny rabbit that is walking through the flowers, and it is one of the greatest rabbits in the land, or at least it certainly thinks so anyway. And it has a walking stick and a top hat, and this rabbit is called the top hat rabbit, or top hat bunny. And this, whenever I paint rabbits, always reminds me of like rabbits in general, but like rabbit films. And there is a new Animal Farm coming out soon. I don't know when exactly it's coming out, but it kind of reminds me of that, and also of rabbit films like Watership Down, which was a movie that terrified me to my soul when I was a child. I think it's an absolutely amazing film. I still really highly recommend it for anyone who is like not easily scared, because I still feel like even as an adult I get quite scared by it. And obviously the original Animal Farm is amazing. And so here we have a froggy on a mushroom, and this was all about the frog on a bunch of mushrooms, like as many mushrooms as I could fit in the painting. Because once I started painting it, I just couldn't stop painting mushrooms, and I kind of went through like a thing of just not being able to stop. And then I got really stuck on the painting, because I wasn't really sure if I could finish it, because sometimes with like slightly larger paintings I can get quite stuck at times, and sometimes the world looks a bit too complicated. So I did kind of set this aside for quite some time and didn't really go anywhere. So for some months it was just sitting around, and I kept thinking I need to finish that painting, but then I actually forced myself to finish it, because I was like, if you don't finish it now, it will just be like in the graveyard. And so when I was like over Christmas, I went through all my paintings and did like a cull, because I was like, I need to stop starting paintings and then running out of steam on them, or getting stuck and then just leaving them by the side, you know. And so I did that, and I actually did sadly say goodbye to some paintings, which was amazing actually, because I actually don't think I regret doing that. Whenever I've done it, I've really found it to be beneficial, because I was able to just move on. There were a couple of paintings that I sometimes look back and think, oh, I should have actually finished those, like why didn't I finish it? Or I think I really need to look at that painting just to see my technique on it, and make sure that I actually have like can't finish it now, if that makes sense. But in the end, I feel like ultimately, if I can't finish it and it's been months, then in some ways it's just so much more beneficial just to clear some space. I'm sure that other artists can agree on this, because otherwise you just end up like with this massive pile of paintings and you don't know what to do with them, and you're just looking at them. And it was also so funny because I I was I was it's so funny because when you're doing a live stream, sometimes YouTube will recommend these random things. So they've like they suddenly recommended a question, which is where is the weirdest place you've ever fallen asleep? And then they like put it there, and you're like, because I was talking about something completely different, and I was like, why is it saying where is the weirdest place you've ever fallen asleep? But it was actually recommended by YouTube to like get the conversation going. But I'm trying to think of the weirdest place. I fell asleep on a train once and missed my stop, and it was really scary because I'd like gone so far past my stop and then had to come back. But I don't think I'm trying to think, but there was another time when I was on a bus and this kid, like I was like a kid. I was probably about 17, and I was going home from school, and this guy sat next to me on the bus, and he was also like the same age as me, but he was like some kind of rugby player or something, because he came in on the bus with like his rugby boots, and like he was covered in mud. And I was thinking, oh, it's one of those things where you're like, please don't sit next to me, because he was like so muddy, and I thought, oh no, like I'm gonna get muddy, and I didn't want to get muddy. But anyway, he did sit next to me, because there was nowhere else to sit, and he suddenly fell asleep, and he started sleeping on my shoulder. And I was like, and he was so big, and he was massive, and like his mud and everything was all over my clothes and stuff, and he was so fast asleep. I just couldn't like wake him up and be like, get off. Like, and the bus kept swaying from side to side, and he kept like falling on me like this, and I kept pushing him like over to the side. At one point, like he flew across to the side, and I felt so bad. So like, and after that I couldn't do anything, and I was just like, fine. And so he just ended up sleeping on my shoulder for the rest of the thing, for the rest of the journey. It was so awful, and I kept thinking like, please get off, because how am I going to get off? Because I couldn't actually move. I think he did get off before me, and so then in the end I was okay, but I was so annoyed. I was like covered in mud afterwards as well. So yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, so like clearing out paintings, basically that's what I did. And so yeah, so actually I did achieve something very small, which is, something, I guess. But yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope to show loads more paintings in the next one, obviously, but like ultimately I have to make sure that I have paintings to show that are not like completely wet. So yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to everyone who has come and said hello. I appreciate it so much, and I will see you all next time.